What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Sakamoto Days, this time with the final episode of part 2. Overall, really enjoyed the whole series, part 1 and part 2. I do think part 2 has actually been slightly better, although I did really like the initial part as well. A lot of really good setup to the characters. I think the action's been slightly better. That is probably the one thing I would say, along with pretty much everyone else, that the animation could be a bit better. I'm not as much of a stickler on that as other people. You guys know I care much more about the kind of vibes, charisma, story, characters. All of that I very much value much more over animation quality, which seems counter to the popular opinion nowadays, where animation quality does seem to be the #1 thing people do look for. So yeah, you've got me on your side with with that whole argument. But yeah, really enjoyed the second part. I think the initial few episodes were absolutely fantastic. This second arc here that we've been on, I think, has been really it does feel like a bit of a love letter to like a battle royale and such, and I thought it was really creative and really enjoyable. So very much excited to see how it does end today. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. So yeah, I do think the second part has been marginally better. I think my favourite episodes of this show have come in this second half for sure. I do think the end of the whole, like the first 2 or 3 episodes weren't at near. I think when you compare that to the rest of the season, they weren't nearly as good, but that was kind of continuing on from the first part, wasn't it? I did think it was a weird place to kind of end that first part, but what can you do, really? They've got a schedule they've got to abide by. But yeah, very hopeful for more Sakamoto Days. I think it's been quite popular. I always see it on like popularity kind of stuff, so I'm hoping it's been successful enough to warrant a season 2. And hopefully more episodes as well, because this has only been a 22 episode season. Hoping for at least 25 next time. Well, that's might be wishful thinking. Probably expect like 12 or 13 episodes for next season. I'm not sure how much source material there is. Probably not a massive amount. So I think this is a reasonably new thing. But yeah, pretty awesome end to last week's episode. Was it Sakamoto coming in and absolutely destroying the dummy puppet thing? To the man himself. Everybody here should pass just for surviving this, I think. Oh, he's still here. Nice, nice. Yes, he did just say Sakamoto Taro. Yes. Yes, he did. Okay, good job, guys. Again, I think they all deserve to, considering they all survived everything that they've been put through, which was much more than they had planned. Yeah, that is your fantasy right there. Maybe? Oh, come on. Really? Is that not fat phobic? Just because he's got a bit of weight, you're now no longer a fan. It's a bit fucking. That goes more than fat phobic. That goes fucking. Really? You dedicate that much? That's crazy, right? Yeah, you are a terrible fan. Guess that's what it's like when you're like a teenager, though, to be fair. Fads and seeming obsessions and such do go by quickly. Very fickle. So is this guy actually a person then? Well, he didn't do anything. But like, what? Okay, I thought that was like a hand. Bless this guy. I thought this was like a kind of creation, but it was actually a person. It's kind of like those fishy things people do when when they advertise like medical experiments for people they get paid for, but they've just got to like when they yeah when they like sign the conditions and such, they just got to be prepared that anything can happen to them. For some people, it's worth the money. That's not well. At least yeah, fair enough for them for actually paying him. I'm not sure I would have if I was in their position. They're already fucking this guy over enough. It's like might as well not pay him as well. Honestly, fair play to him though. Bukimi. Yeah, that's really interesting. I wonder how that works then. Like I said, I assumed that was like a robot kind of created person thing, but it was actually just a guy. How did they make that happen then? Yeah, yeah, could have. Imagine if they just pretended that that thing broke and then it started up again and he was controlling him within the JCC. Could have been bad. Me too. So is this arc still going to be kind of continuing then when we do come back in a season two? That guy's dry, general, isn't he? I kind of hope so. It'd be a shame to because I've come to like quite a few of these characters. It'd be a shame to just well, we did. I say this, we did leave what's her name behind, didn't we? Oh, I forgot her name now. It's been that long. Ling. Just leave her to be fair for for this arc, but it would be a shame to leave all these people behind, wouldn't it? I'm assuming at least one of these guys is going to be like either killed or taken by Slur. To be honest. Oh crap! This guy is. The despair strokes again. This guy's an absolute menace. We haven't seen him for a while, to be fair, have we? Who's this now? Carolina Reaper. Wow. Oh, look at his tongue. His taste buds are dead. So yeah, I was right. Okay, and it was these two. Do you know what? I was assuming it would actually be the blue haired girl when I said that, but okay. Wow, that prediction came to be a lot sooner than I thought, didn't it? Bloody hell. Carolina Reaper. I've never had a Carolina Reaper. I think the hottest thing I've had was like 300,000 Scoville units. It's like a Scotch bonnet or something. I've said this countless times on my channel, but I ate at a party once when I was really drunk. Then I threw up loads because I had to drink loads of milk, and milk and beer do not mix very well in your stomach. And it was painful throwing up because the heat just came back up as well. So yeah, it was an absolute nightmare. I'm pretty good with heat, so I was like, you know what, this wouldn't be too bad. And I think Carolina Reapers are like at least 3 times as strong as that, so that would majorly fuck me up. It's pretty damn creative, isn't it? Oshoku. Seems that way. Yeah, you were also criminals, right? It's ironic. Yeah. I thought it was just a Taliban mission. That's nice. It's nice that they put a little prize in there as well. Yeah, that's really creative actually. I like that. Little scratch card missions. Die. You fuck. So these are the people we see in that shot in the opening, I assume then. I was questioning this whole time if we'd. Hey, that's Ichika. It's Ichika's voice actor, right? He's got a good voice for this, to be fair. He sounds like his throat's burnt. Sorry, I did just miss that. But yeah, I love him. To be fair, he's a great voice actor. So, and again, he's always got a bit of a smoky-ish kind of voice anyway, Hijikata. But here, even more so, it does sound like his actual kind of like some kind of damage has been done to the inside of his throat, which makes sense looking at his tongue. I think this guy's had way too many Carolina Reapers, hasn't he? Yeah, I was kind of questioning from the opening. We see a shot of all these guys on these crates, which honestly, this place weirdly looks like, I think it's level like 2-1 of Resident Evil 5. Place weirdly looks like the start of that level when there's like when you're inside the building and there's like crates. Place looks almost exactly the same as that. Just something weird I noticed. 11:54. Apologies about that, guys. Sweet tooth. So I got a sadist. He's a group of freaks, really. Here, isn't that? They're a big group of freaks. These guys don't fit in at all. Also, that's a bad thing. It's good to be a freak. It's good to be a bit different. To an extent. Invited. I mean, they do kind of make sense a bit here. Yeah, I assumed that we were talking about the justice earlier. That it was like, this is obviously their sense of justice, isn't it? They all. I mentioned this in the previous arc of them all having a lot of devotion to Slur and his goals. They'd all put their lives on the line just like that. So it had to be something that was so justified to these guys that it was such a powerful kind of thing for them to give their lives for. And again, thinking about it, it does make sense. Like, you might think it's fucked up that the world would go back to like having like 90% of crimes come back because of the assassins, but when you think about it, assassination is illegal. Yes, the government or the police, or whatever, might let the JAA kind of be because they're doing good work and taking out loads of criminals, but at the end of the day, that organization is built on crime. That is a criminal act, assassinating people. So it shouldn't really exist. I know it's for the best that it does, but in actuality, it shouldn't. So these guys are actually kind of doing the right thing by taking it down, because it's actually unjust that murder is allowed, yet the murder is there. The JA is killing is not allowed. Like, one form of murder and killing is allowed, but the other form isn't. So I kind of agree with these guys, to be honest with you. Like they do have a bit of a just means here, don't they? I mean, again, we know that it's probably for the worst of the world if they do get their way and taken down the JAA. But they do make a compelling point, to be honest. So, and we haven't even heard too much of them making the point of it. So I'll be interested to hear what they have to say. But that's just what I've got from this. So I kind of almost agree with them. It is the natural way. Like, it's unnatural that the government in Japan and such would allow murder in any form, even if it's to help. Like, who are you to be the executioners? You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Club Jam. That's his name. Hey, she's finally back. Not in the not just in the ending segments. We already did. And this is also like the biggest issue for me this season. As much as I've loved it, we just haven't had. There hasn't been time to be honest, but we haven't had near enough of Sakamoto's wife and daughter. That's out of 360. Good job, Shin. I mean, they all at least got like 7 out of 360, though, right? Again, it can't have been that bad. Wow. Oh dear. Like that from you, Shin. Why not? Because you're already a pro. Ah, okay. He has been a bit of a Karen, hasn't he? How long was he there? I didn't notice. So I do just want to go back anyway. How long was he there? He wasn't in this shot. Okay, I was gonna say if he was in that shot, that would have been surprising. Um, I thought it said A plus. I guess these are the results, but they're just like it has a pass on here, and I think that's probably the red on the top right there. It's failed. I wonder what this bottom stat is, by the way. The only thing he's not perfect at is this thing. I wonder what that says. Um, okay, so he can't be accepted, not because he's a current pro or anything, but because they've got a bounty on his head. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Shame though, isn't it? But yeah, good job shitting anyway. Good job. I do wonder where Sakamoto would have came. He looked like he got the same score as Shin, so being an A plus, but not massively important, is it? Yeah, interesting seeing old Karen Shin right here. I'm very similar to that, to be honest with you. I can be anyway. Why not? Why not? Yeah, cover two bases. So yeah, it's even better actually. Yeah, you just don't have to be Sakamoto. Just oh wait, we're gonna send his wife there. That would be really good actually, because then we get a lot more screen time for her. I was assuming that we'd have Sakamoto in a disguise or something, but yeah, okay. 4 year boarding school. Bloody hell. Lovely. And surely Sakamoto wouldn't let his wife get involved in this fight, right? It is. Yeah, fucking hell, bro. Really? Oh, I thought he was going to go that pace the whole time. Oh crap! Oh, no, I see. Oh, I see. I see. I see. So Sakamoto is going undercover, but as his wife. Okay, I think anyway, from the looks of this. Okay. Thank God he got involved there, because I was thinking she might have just killed him right then. We know how she was a couple episodes ago, so genuinely that guy might have just died. Not that it would have been anything new to this school, but yeah. Miss Sakamoto. Oh, she even sounds like he even sounds like wow. I've even called it she. He even sounds like her. 24 hours. Okay. Look good. Look good. Like a meaty days. I think I've mentioned it before, but I got caught by my high school head teacher smoking in never in the toilets. In the not even the field. It was like a bunch of trees behind the school. And it was like an old shit moment when you turn the shoulder and you think expect like when it's like a teacher or something, it's like oh, okay, but when it's a headmaster, it's like holy crap, the heart just drops. But yeah, core experiences rather. Okay, good episode. Again, unfortunately, it's had this. It's got the same issue as the end of part one, where it's just kind of ended at the start of something, which is really annoying. Probably even more annoying this time because there's no confirmation of season two, firstly, and two, even if there was, it's going to be ages away. So I'm really not a big fan of like. Might be an unpopular opinion, but I'd rather than put in some anime only kind of filler kind of ending to make it feel more like a bit of an ending for the season. I'd rather have that than just kind of end off at the start of something new and just like leaving it there personally. But other people want their adaptations like 100% accurate, 100% nothing dropped and such, and no kind of bullshit added. So yeah, but like I said, it just doesn't feel like a. It feels like we should just like I should be tuning back in again next week. Nothing here is like a definitive kind of ending, and again, it makes sense because in the manga, it's just like it's continuing weekly or monthly or however often it comes out. So adapting manga, it makes sense that wouldn't be the case. But I've seen shows do it before when they do add like again a maybe anime only kind of last episode or something of a season just to make it feel a bit more rounded. But yeah, that was my only issue with today's episode. Honestly, it was a pretty awesome setup for this, wasn't it? And looks like we've got a minute end sequence here as well. There's a little teaser for what we can expect next season. I don't think they would have ended it like that, or they would have showed this if we weren't getting a season two. I can turn invisible now. So yeah, certainly wouldn't have shown that if there wasn't a season two, right? Surely not. There wasn't anything in here to say it was definitely going to happen, so I will just look on Twitter in a minute, see if I can find anything. But looks like Sakamoto does at least find some answers here, judging by this scene, all these X's. That's probably another core high school experience. Getting hung up by that. Never happened to me, fortunately. Don't think it happens to that many people, but you do see like every now and then someone gets like wrapped in tape around like a telephone pole or something. Can't imagine it's very comfortable. I was gonna say, is this a Hunter x Hunter reference right here? Perhaps. So we're going to see a bit of Nagamo, sorry, a bit of Nagamo in action next season, which should be fun. Looks like Shin does make some friends. Kira's fighting some middle-aged woman, probably some kind of test or something, maybe. And Shin's fighting her as well. And like I said, he's got some kind of invisible kind of glove, which is really cool. Time to erase some memories. Probably not. He probably doesn't mean that literally, does he? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. As I did say, I will just quickly look up if there is any news of a season 2 confirmation. I hope so. Nothing initially. Season 3. Oh, okay. Oh wait, what's going on here? I've just seen a tweet saying this is the preview trailer for season 3 or part 3. And apparently it's in 12 weeks. So what's going on here? Sorry, I'm a bit lost. I mean, like, if this is the preview, it looks like a lot of it is already a lot of the work's already done. Okay, so apologies about that. Yeah, I've been looking and I haven't seen any I don't think I've seen anything official on Sakamoto Days, but just judging from that tweet I just read as well as that preview trailer, it does look like a lot of the seemingly action sequences and such are done for season 3, part 3. I thought it would be season 2 because that was part 1 and this is part 2 of season 1. It gets so confusing nowadays with that type of stuff. It's really annoying. But yeah, I assume it won't be majorly long until the season 3 or season 2, part 1 or whatever. Then just gonna go on the official Sakamoto Days. It doesn't say anything. I can't find anything official, but yeah, it doesn't look like we'll have to wait too long for a part 3. Hopefully it's just as good, if not maybe slightly better than this second part. But yeah, the second part was fantastic. As I said, I absolutely loved it. This arc, I'm glad it's kind of continuing with the characters from the kind of the tests, but at a school setting. So again, very excited. Let me know what you guys think about this season in general down in the comment section there. I do think it was quite a bit better than part 1. Again, I did like the introductions and such of part 1, but I do think it pretty much improved every aspect. It had more kind of focused arcs. It pretty much had just like 2 arcs in this part, didn't it? And both of them were really good. Definitely had some of the best episodes of Sakamoto Days, some of the best looking action sequences, and some of the best aura kind of character moments, that is for sure. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll see you whenever season 3 comes out.